Bonjour, mes amis. Just a little Canadien, and welcome to a NFL prediction video. Now, wait, I know you figured, wait a minute, but you said your Super Bowl prediction was until next week, and it is next week, February 10th. That is when you'll see the Super Bowl predictions. But this week, what the hell am I predicting? I'm predicting the Pro Bowl. Now, why the hell am I predicting a pointless ass game? Well, one, I needed something to put on Thursday, and two, just fucking because. I don't know why. I don't know. And I probably don't care either. But what I do care about, what I do care about is you buy Benchwarmer Brew. This is great coffee indeed, that you need to get yourselves over at benchwarmerbrew.com. Definitely get it. You deserve it, you poor bastard. Whether you're a person working or you're a student in school, that's the way to go. All right. So before we predict the game itself, let's talk about the rosters. I'll try my best to include all aspects of it. But forgive me if I fuck up. So I'll go with the starter. Basically, I'll go from quarter, like offense, defense, and all that. Then the reserve, and then the alternate as fast as I can. So for the AFC, we'll start there. The starting quarterback for the AFC is Justin Herbert. You know him for the Los Angeles Chargers. For the reserve quarterbacks, it's Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. For the alternates, it's Josh Allen and Mac Jones. For running back, we got Jonathan Taylor. For reserves, it's Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. And for alternates, it's Najee Harris. For fullback, it's Baltimore's Patrick Ricard. There's no alternates or reserves. For wide receiver, Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase. For reserves, it is Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen. And for alternates, it's Hunter Renfrow and Deontay Johnson. For tight ends, it's Mark Andrews, with the reserve being Travis Kelce. For offensive tackle, it's Rashawn Slater and Orlando Brown. And for the reserve, it's Deion Dawkins. For the offensive guard, it's Quentin Nelson and Joe Bitonio. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name. And for the reserve, it is Wyatt Teller. For center, it's Corey Linsley. And for the reserve, it's Ryan Kelly. On the defensive side now, for defensive end, we got Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, with the reserve being Trey Hendrickson. For defensive tackle, it's DeForest Buckner and Chris Jones, with the reserve being Cam Hayward. For outside linebacker, we got TJ Watt and Joey Bosa, the reserve being Matthew Judon, and the alternate being Harold Landry. For inside linebacker, it's Darius Leonard, and the reserve being Denzel Perriman. For cornerback, it's J.C. Jackson, Xavier Howard, with the reserves being Denzel Ward and Kenny Moore. For free safety, it's Kevin Byron. And for strong safety, it's Derwin James, with the reserve being Tyrann Mathieu. For special teams, punter is A.J. Cole. For place kicker, it's Justin Tucker. For return specialist, it's Devin Duvernay. For special team, it's Matthew Slater. And for long snapper, it's Luke Rhodes. For the NFC, for quarterback, it's Aaron Rodgers, with the reserves being Tom Brady and Kyle Murray, with the alternates being Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, and Russell Wilson. For running back, it's Dalvin Cook, with the reserves being James Conner and Alvin Kamara. The fullback is Kyle Juszczyk. For wide receivers, it's Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams. The reserves being Justin Jefferson and Deebo Samuel, with the alternates being Mike Evans and CeeDee Lamb. For tight end, it's George Kittle, with the reserve being Kyle Pitts. For offensive tackle, it's Trent Williams and Tristan Wirfs, with the reserve being Tyron Smith and the alternates being Brian O'Neill and DJ Humphries. For offensive guard, it's Zach Martin and Brandon Sheriff, with Ollie Marpet being the reserve. For center, it's Jason Kelce, with Ryan Jensen as the reserve. For defensive end, because as we shift over to the defense, Aaron Donald and Jonathan Allen, with Kenny Clark as the. For defensive end, Nick Bosa and Brian Burns, with Cameron Jordan as the reserve. For defensive tackle, it's Aaron Donald and Jonathan Allen, with Kenny Clark as a reserve Javon Hargrave and Vita Vea as the alternates. For outside linebacker, we got Chandler Jones and Robert Quinn, with me reserving Shaquille Barrett. For inside linebacker, we got Micah Parsons with Bobby Wagner as reserve and Devin White as the alternate. For cornerback, it's Trayvon Diggs and Jalen Ramsey, with Darius Slay and Marshawn Lattimore as the reserves and Stephon Gilmore as the alternate. For free safety, it is Quandre Diggs with Antoine Winfield Jr. as the alternate. I skipped reserve because there is no reserve for some reason. If I was strong safety, Buda Baker is the starter and Harrison Smith is the reserve. For special teams, Brian Anger is the punter. Matt Gay is the place kicker with Jake Elliott as the alternate. Jakeem Grant is a return specialist. Special teams is JT Gray. And long snapper is Josh Harris. Now, look at this is going to be an easy thing to predict. Who do I think is going to win the Pro Bowl? I think it's going to be the NFC. Why? Because they're more loaded. Simple as that. They are loaded. And who I think is going to go off? Usually, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, and Dalvin Cook. Those are my guys. But anyways, that'll do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see anything next. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the Watch of a Nation. Till tomorrow's video, guys. Je suis le Canadien. Bonne nuit et au revoir.